Some rapscallions have vandalised Paddington Bear. They vandalised the Paddington Bear statue. Paddington vandals, antithesis of bear, says judge. Two RAF engineers who broke a Paddington statue have been told by a judge that they are the antithesis of everything the bear stands for, and I can't think of more scathing words if I tried. You know, it's like when your parents tell you that they're not mad, they're just disappointed, and that somehow makes it a lot worse. It's like that. Daniel Heath and William Lawrence, both 22 and based at RAF Odiham in Hampshire, each admitted an offence of criminal damage at Reading Magistrates Court. The statue in Newbury, Berkshire, was damaged before being taken shortly after 2 a.m. GMT on 2nd of March. The pair, who committed the offence while drunk on the night out, have been ordered to carry out unpaid work and each paid £2,725 to cover the cost of repairs. On sentencing, District Judge Sam Gusey said Paddington Bear was a beloved cultural icon. He represents kindness, tolerance, and promotes integration and acceptance in our society, he said, because Paddington Bear, because he's from Peru, is now being used as sort of like an allegory for asylum seekers. Yeah, that's what's happening. Apparently, that's what the new movie's about as well. His famous label attached to his duffel coat says, "Please look after this bear." On the night of the 2nd of March 2025, your actions were the antithesis of everything Paddington stands for. Your actions lacked respect and integrity, two values you should uphold as members of the... Oh, sorry, I'm laughing at the picture. They peeled him away like that Junji Ito comic. Fucking hell. Oh, poor little Paddington. They just ripped him right off the bloody bench. That you should uphold as members of the armed forces. They were highly trained. This was definitely special forces job. Ripping the poor bear off the bench. CCTV footage was shown in court in which Heath of Oakhall Park, Thornton near Bradford in West Yorkshire, and Lawrence of John Street, look at them doxing them, Enderby, Leicestershire, could be seen stopping by the Paddington Bear statue on Northbrook Street and attempting to lift it off the bench. The seam of the statue then broke off, and the pair could be seen walking off with the broken half. The judge said the men then took it in a taxi back to RAF Audio. Oh, I relate to this. There he is in the car. Oh my god. Thames Valley Police confirmed the statue did appear for sale on Facebook Marketplace. But did not investigate further as it was recovered from the boot of Lawrence's car soon after. They tried to sell it. Mr. Gusey, who handed each of them a 12-month community order, said the pair had committed an act of wanton vandalism. The defendant's defence lawyer, Tom Brymer, told the court they were extremely ashamed about their actions. They are two men who are very different than what we see on the CCTV footage, he said. A spokesperson for the Royal Air Force said they were aware of the trial outcome, but any disciplinary action would be a private matter. The statue was unveiled in Newbury, the home of Paddington's creator, Michael Bond, in October 2024. Mr. Gusey says this made the statue in the Berkshire town even more significant. It was one of 23 placed across the UK as part of the Paddington Visits Trail. In a statement read out by prosecutor Jamie Renuka, CEO of Newbury Business Development District Trish Willits, and the remains of the statue had to be covered with a bin bag to prevent it from upsetting children. Oh, the damaged statue was recovered, but a date for its return has yet to be confirmed. And that's the end of the article. Right. Now, I am not encouraging or supporting what these guys did, right? It's a terrible thing. It's a nice little thing for the kids. When kids walk by that, they'll see Paddington. Like, both my children each have Paddington Bear teddies. Right, they have Paddington Bear teddies, right? So it's a nice little thing to sit out in the street because children are going to point at it. They're going to want to go over and see it. You can get a little picture of your kid sitting next to Paddington Bear. It is a nice thing for the community. So what these guys done was terrible, right? It was just a shitty thing. It was just a piece of shit thing to do. However, I have also been a young man going home drunk on a night out, and some traffic cones and garden gnomes have made their way home with me, right? That's just a thing that happens, right? Including some street signs. That's just a thing. That's just a thing that guys do. I'm not encouraging it or condoning it. Right? There was one night, and I'll try and dig up the pictures of this, by the way, in case people don't believe me. Remember the time capsule way back in the day when it was all like, it was the time capsule, so it was all dinosaur themed and stuff like that. It's all completely ripped out and different now. But they used to have like the big massive T-Rex, they had a pterodactyl, and they also had the cavemen. There was cavemen on the little path that takes you around to the river rapids section. There was cavemen there. And during one of the times it was being renovated, me and my friends were walking past. We walked in. We just walked in, and there was some of the cavemen, and we stole a caveman. We stole one of the cavemen, the one that was holding the rock like that. We stole it. I mean, it was just lying out. It was just lying out there, and everything. And the police were at my house later for a completely unrelated incident. Not involving me for once. And they made a joke about the caveman. They just thought it was funny. They said, well, no complaints been made. So I think it was getting thrown out anyway, which is why the time capsule didn't really give a shit. But yeah, we stole the caveman from the time capsule. And then my mum threw it out because I kept it in my mum's garage, and that's where the gas meter is. And when the gas lady went in to read the meter, she basically saw this naked, hairy guy with a brick like that, and she screamed, and it gave her a fright. So my mum threw it out. My mum threw out the caveman. I was so angry. I was so angry about that. That was a very iconic piece of Coatbridge history. Lost forever. However, in regards to the Paddington thing, yeah, he's being used as an allegory for why we should be welcoming and accepting to migrants and asylum seekers and stuff like that. Ah, fuck Paddington. Send a little fucker back to Peru before I turn him into a fucking rug.